Apologize for that. Anyways, when they're on the South Dakota guy, he's playing the game, and you can see like hills like off in the distance, and they're like, you can drive to each of those hills, you know. So it's the scale of it is just huge. Then they shift to another player that's in Nevada. He's like driving through the canyons, and you can see the strip like way the hell off down in the distance. You can just barely see it. And he's like, you could drive down to the strip and go like do a drag race on the strip. And I was like, damn. Then they like pull back and show like the map, and it's like a modified version of like the USA. Like it doesn't look anything like the USA map, but it looks like they took like the corners and like crunched it in and like smashed it. But it's still huge. Then they shift to the last player, who's in Miami, Florida. He goes into the garage and shows like the customization, and you just see everything like it's stripped off the car and the engine, and it says that you can strip everything off and then rebuild it using all new parts. So pretty much anything you want to change in the car is fine, or you can do in the game. Then he picks all the new parts and everything. The car, you know, gets rebuilt. He leaves the garage, and now all 4 players are in Miami, and they're doing a co-op mission. I even wrote down that it reminds me of like a Need for Speed meets Midnight Club. It does use a second screen feature, like a smart glass or whatever. Yeah, they do like a co-op mission where they have to like hit this like boss car, and then they, you know, destroy his car. But then at the end of the trailer, you see like 4 other cars pull up, and they're like, that's a new crew coming to like take over the area. So they're like driving towards the new crew, and yeah, it's like, it's called The Crew. I mean, you build your own crew of drivers. But the whole thing is online, like I said. So anyways, Watch Dogs is up next. And they come out and show an amazing looking trailer, but no gameplay this time. And I was really disappointed in that. I was hoping and waiting to see. I mean, we've gotten 2 gameplay things from this game. It was E3 last year. They showed a gameplay demo. And then at the PlayStation reveal back in February, they did another one. And I was just really stoked. I wanted to see gameplay at E3 this year, but it was whatever. The trailer they showed was awesome. So then they announced Just Dance 2014, and I'm like, who the hell cares? And then they do something totally weird as hell, and they announce that they're coming out with a Rabbids Invasion interactive TV show. And I was like, totally weird. It shows like the kids like screaming to like break the glass on the screen. I'm just like, that sounds fucking annoying. Then it's time for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which Ubisoft seems to always show like gameplay, like a live demo of their Assassin's Creed game during their conference, and this time they didn't. They just showed another trailer like they did with Watch Dogs. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So they start talking again, and they show another trailer. And I'm like, well, maybe after this they'll do some gameplay. But no, and it's just another trailer. And it shows some of the combat improvements, but it's not, like I said, it's not gameplay. It shows some of the underwater stuff. It's a beautiful game, but they didn't show one frame of gameplay. And I was just like, really? Like your 2 like biggest games, like Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed, like those are like the most anticipated games from Ubisoft. No gameplay. So then they come out and they say that they're bringing this they're bringing this old franchise into the next gen. And it turns out to be Trials. They're coming out with Trials Fusion. coming to Xbox One and PS4. Yeah, it's coming to PS4. Finally, PlayStation is going to get trials. It's far crazier than the previous games. Like, the little bit that they showed, it was just like he's falling out of the fucking sky, and it was insane. Then they announced Trials Frontier is coming for mobile, and both of those are coming next year. So we're gonna have 2 Trials games in the same year, one for mobile and one for next gen. Like I said, PlayStation is finally gonna get Trials. That's one thing we've been missing out on. And then Yves Guillemot, the GM, the CEO, wrote it up here somewhere. I thought it did. CEO. Comes out just when Aisha was about to wrap things up, and I was like, she's like, "Oh, you're back. I was just about to end things," and I was like, "Huh." Like, what the fuck are they about to drop on us? So then they announced this new game coming from this not old franchise, but just an old, I forget how they even worded it, but this new game is coming. And it's an open world online RPG. It's coming from Massive Entertainment. And they start showing it, they showed this trailer, and this trailer was like talking about like the dark winter and how on Black Friday this many people went shopping, but did you know that a virus can live on a bank, like a dollar bill from a bank for this many days? And it was just like this weird it was like when Watch Dogs was first announced, how we had that trailer, how like technology is like ruling, and you know, one slip and it can all go away. This was just like that. It sounded just like that. And so they were basically talking about this pandemic that hits the U.S. on Black Friday. Like, then they were talking about like how on day 1 this went down, on day 2 this happened, on day 3 it was just like just utter catastrophe. So this game, apparently, or this part of the game at least, takes place 3 weeks after the deadly pandemic hits the U.S. or the world, I guess. I don't know. But it looks fucking badass. You can tell he's playing on a PS4 because they show the controller in the guy's hand. It's in post-apocalyptic New York, and it's actually got like NYPD cars, and it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's like this guy and his buddy, and they're just walking through the streets, and there's just shit everywhere, just torn to hell. They're just walking through the streets, and they got their guns, you know. All of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, we should check out the police station." And they start hearing like gunfire go off in the distance, and they're like, "Where the hell is that coming from?" And all of a sudden, this map just like appears. So it's like a futuristic type deal. This map just like appears below his feet, and he like zooms in, and finds out that it's coming from over here. So they run over there, and they meet up with this girl from their camp or whatever. And they're like, "Let's go to the police station before we go here." And they're like, "Okay, let's go." So they go to the police station, and big ass firefight breaks out, and the guy like tosses something and blows the guy to fucking bits. And something comes flying in like a drone, and there's a guy on the roof hiding behind a sign, and the drone is like showing them like an X-ray view of like where the guy is, and he starts running. So the guy shoots him, and he falls over dead. And it looks fucking phenomenal. I can't wait to try it out. No word on what it's coming to yet, other than PS4. Then the name comes up, and it's Tom Clancy's The Division. And I was just like, whoa, man. Like, that's the new Watch Dogs. Like, that just like blew the shit out of the water. Like, nobody knew anything about this game at all. So that's how they ended their conference. So then we waited a while, and then Sony starts up late as hell. I don't know why they were late like they were, but they were fucking late. Like, we're talking like 15, maybe 20 minutes late. So they open up with their usual sizzle trailer, and it's more dubstep. They show the stage, and it's like, you know, Microsoft and Sony always go like way out in their like stage displays, and the trailer shows just games from just everything, like every game you can think of, even GTA 5 they showed. So then Jack Tretton hits the stage like a boss, and they show The Last of Us. And I'm like, fucking can't wait for this game. God damn, I want to play this game. I cannot wait for Friday. Then they show Puppeteer. And they show Rain. Then they show Beyond Two Souls with a brand new trailer. And I'm just like, they're just throwing shit at us right now. Then they show Gran Turismo 6 with a pretty long trailer. Of course, it's coming to PS3, not PS4. Everything I think they're showing right now is PS3 only. I'm pretty sure. Then they start talking about Batman Arkham Origins, and they show a trailer for that. They announce if you get it on PS3 that you'll get, I think it's 2 skins. One of them is 1960s Batman from the TV show. The other one just looked really weird. I couldn't even tell what the hell it was. And then he starts talking about Grand Theft Auto 5, and I'm like, holy fuck, no way. No way is Rockstar there. And they weren't, of course. But he announces that a new PlayStation 3 bundle is coming, bundled with Grand Theft Auto 5. To which I'm like, this is just like the Xbox 360 redesign again. Like, nobody's gonna buy your console this late into the fucking... Your next one's coming out. Nobody wants the old one. Like, who the hell bought a PS2 2 months before the PS3 came out? Like, nobody. And they announced that Grand Theft Auto 5 headset is coming. And, which, that looked pretty cool, you know. I am getting the Grand Theft Auto 5 Collector's Edition, which I think is exclusive to GameStop. It's like $150. I'm getting that. I'm not getting the headset, and I'm definitely not buying the bundle. The last thing I want is another PS3. And then they do it. They finally show the PlayStation 4. They bring it out, and it looks like a cable box. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the look of it. Really, it's sort of grown on me a little bit, but it's like I posted on my Facebook. I complained about what the Xbox One looked like, but it was just like, that was like the joking part of it. Like, the actual complaining was like what's inside of it and the features that they were like blocking from everybody. And but like I posted on my Facebook, I'm like, it looks like shit, yeah, but so does the Xbox One. But who the fuck cares what it looks like? Like, nobody's gonna be like, damn, that's a good looking console. No, they're like, damn, that console plays some amazing ass games. That's what's inside. So then they start talking about like movies and TV, and I'm just sitting here like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is boring as ass. Like, they were losing me. I was like getting like drawn out of it at this point. They did announce that pay-per-view events were coming to the PSN, and they showed WWE's latest the Payback pay-per-view. I don't know if that's going to be one of them, because that's like this Sunday. Then they announced a new Santa Monica Studios game is coming to the PS4, and it's the Order 1886, and it shows these guys riding with guns, big ass guns, in a horse and carriage type deal, and they're riding along, and all of a sudden it like stops, and something you just see like takes out the driver, or the person controlling the horses, I guess. And they get out and they're like, what the fuck is going on here? And it's all foggy around them, and you can see like monkey type deals off in the distance, and they're like shooting the shit out of, I don't know what the hell that was, like shooting the hell out of shooting everything, trying to get him. And it looked pretty cool. I need to see more of it though. Then they do more Killzone Shadowfall. They show a new trailer, but the trailer is gameplay footage. Like, you can see, like, you know, how much ammo the guy had, and he's, like, walking with his gun and he's shooting. That looked good. Then they showed Drive Club. And they showed a new trailer for Infamous Second Son, which showed off the main character and his brother. So, you know, that adds some depth to what we already knew from reading Game Informer. Then they showed Knack. And at this point, I'm like, come the fuck on, man. Like, the last 4 games you showed were like the games that you showed in February. They show that with a new trailer. Then they announced that Dark Sorcerer is the next Quantic Dreams game after Beyond Two Souls. And it's the same old man from the reveal. I don't know if you remember that old man face that they showed. And they do a trailer with like him, and he's like a sorcerer, like a dark sorcerer. And he's like shouting things, and all of a sudden he's like, shit! And like the lights come on, it's like a movie studio. And he's like talking to like this little like gremlin looking thing. And that guy's like, your first movie? And he's like, yeah, man. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is that the game? So then Supergiant Games comes out and announces Transistor, which is coming to the PS4 early next year. And then they show, this was like the beginning of PlayStation's punch to Microsoft's face. Like, this was what started it. I'm going to check my time real quick. Okay. So this was what started the punch to Microsoft. They show a fucking shit ton of indie games, like, being played, like, on stage. Like, there was a guy here that was playing this indie game, and I didn't even, like, have time to, like, write them all down, because they were just, like, shifting. And then they showed a guy playing Outlast, which is that really scary-looking first-person game that's coming out. And just all of them, and they're just shifting back and forth, and they're like, all these games are coming to PlayStation 4. And then they bring out Blizzard, and they show Diablo 3 again, which is getting PlayStation exclusives, but it's also coming to Xbox, which kind of like took me back. I was like, no, I wanted that to be like a PlayStation thing. That's whatever. And then they showed off this video of like the guy speaking Japanese, and it was Final Fantasy versus 13 and Final Fantasy 15. I was just like, I don't give a flying fuck about Final Fantasy. Like, I haven't played a Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy 3, which turned out to be 6. So I was like, Final Fantasy, whatever, get the hell out of here. Then they announced Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. They're coming to PlayStation 4, and the crowd was like going wild. My phone started blowing up, and I was just like, okay, I never got into Kingdom Hearts. So then they bring out Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. And shockingly, they show gameplay at the Sony conference rather than when they did it at the Ubisoft conference. They show gameplay. And I was like, what the fuck? But it kept freezing. It was like, I thought it was my stream, but then you see the guy playing it like he's moving. And I'm like, well, the fucking game is frozen behind him. And it like, he would like go and he'd like jump and it would like freeze. And then he would fall. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why does this game keep freezing right now? And then they show fucking, and then they bring out Watch Dogs. And they show gameplay of Watch Dogs. And I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? I was like, why didn't they do this at the Ubisoft conference? And the gameplay they showed was fucking badass. Just like it was in February. Just like it was last year at E3. And I was just like, yes! Ugh, I cannot wait for that game. My battery's gonna die. And then... my battery dying? No. I'm gonna try to rush through this. So then LeBron James comes out and he talks about NBA 2K14. Whatever. And they show the Elder Scrolls Online is coming to PS4. And they show this trailer. I'm gonna make it through all this. They show a trailer for Mad Max, which is like a killer trailer, man. He's like gonna shoot him, but he like checks his gun. got one bullet, and the guy's like begging him to kill him. He just walks away, goes to get to his car. You just see the car like run the guy over. Cool trailer. So then Jack Tretton comes on stage, and this was just bam, 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 and he was just like, PlayStation 4 does not block used games, and the crowd went fucking wild. And he was like, there's no online DRM. You don't have to check in if you don't want to. And the crowd went fucking more wild. And he was like, PlayStation Plus carries over. And he's like, fucking the crowd is going even more wild. And then he's like, Drive Club is the first PlayStation Plus game for free. And it's on launch day. And the crowd's like just, they're like not even like getting a chance to like sit down. They're like having a heart attack. And he does drop in there that PlayStation 4 multiplayer requires a Plus membership. But honestly, it's kind of worth it. You get like free games like every month, or right now I get them weekly. Yeah, it's kind of worth it. It's only $50 a year. So then they show gameplay from the world premiere of Destiny, and honestly, I wasn't into that. And they announced that PlayStation 3 games will be streamed on PS4 through Gaikai, coming in 2014 to the US. And then the guy comes out and he's like, PlayStation 4 will be out this holiday season for $399. And the crowd went fucking wild beyond belief. They were going nuts for that. And that was how they ended the conference. So, to close this video out, because my camera is going to die, Sony fucking won.